Hey, Joey Starr here for another episode of Starr Quality Kitchen. Welcome back. It is a cold, stormy day out here in the boondocks, and it's lunchtime. I got a bit of a hunger thing going. So, today we're going to finish up all that stuff that I bought from the Korean store, also known as the Green Market in Monticello, so that A, I get to enjoy it, and B, you get to know what that stuff's all about. Alright, so last thing on the packing order here is, I happen to have this. This is a kimchi stew with tofu. Tofu is one of those things that when I was a kid, I wasn't too keen on. I didn't really like it, but as an adult, it's been slowly but surely growing on me, particularly when I started to take a larger interest in Asian cuisine. I started to acquire an appreciation for tofu, particularly when it's made in a savory dish like this. Something else to note is that this is actually a Bibigo product, so I'm pretty excited about that. If you've been watching my videos, you know that every time that I've tasted some of Bibigo, it's gotten pretty much all thumbs up for me. And just of note, they're bragging that it's Korea's #1 soup/stew brand, according to Nielsen from 2017 to 2018. That's pretty good bragging rights, and the fact that it's Bibigo, no surprise, right? This package here, which costs about 10 bucks, $9.99, contains 2 servings, unless one of those people is me, then it's only 1 serving, or less. And it says here, well-fermented kimchi stir-fry in oil and then cooked with large slices of tofu. I'm already starting to salivate just thinking about it. And the picture on here looks amazing. Spicy and savory taste. That's my favorite part of that section. Sharing the exceptional taste of Bibigo. The name Bibigo comes from the Korean word to mix, combined with go, for an exciting line of products that are delicious and convenient. Rooted in Korean culinary traditions, harmony is our inspiration. Precise balance of ingredients and flavors that come together to create a distinctive product. Simple to enjoy. Definitely worth sharing. Well, you know, I'm really glad you told me that, Bibigo, because that's exactly what I plan on doing, sharing it with all my friends out there. The instructions on this, I don't think it could be much easier. Heating instructions. In a pot, place the topping, sauce, in a pot and heat for 4 to 5 minutes. You can also add salmon, tuna, ham to taste. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to have it as is. I'm going to have it vegetarian style. Something to bear in mind, you get this, pay attention to the expiration date, make sure that you're consuming it within that period of time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So I'm really excited and I'm really hungry. And that's a deadly combination. Open this bad boy up here. See, this also serves as an unboxing video. Alright, this is our topping. That's a whole lot of topping. My goodness, look at this. Woo! Kimchi stew with tofu. It's got the same description that I read you before. Also in the bag, it's an unbagging and unboxing, we have the sauce. The kimchi stew with tofu sauce. Bonus points if you know why I'm saying a sauce that way. And especially because I feel like I'm doing a rather horrid impersonation of who I'm paying tribute to by saying that. But either way, if you know why I'm saying a sauce like that, drop it in the comments below and I'll let you know if you're right. I love when they say tear here to open, but they have pictures of scissors. It's like, alright, I mean, if I can tear it, then I shouldn't need the scissors, right? Alright, I'm gonna open it up. I'm not gonna tilt it to film inside here, but I can see the broth. Semi-translucent murky broth. I can see really nice sized pieces of tofu in here. I just want to get a whiff. Very, I would say almost like an earthy aroma. Kind of reminds me of almost like a tea, I would say. Yeah, like a real herbal tea. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump this into my pot. Next, we're gonna open our sauce. Same deal. Tear here to open with the scissors. I don't know. Maybe they think Johnny Depp is going to make this and he's going to use those scissor hands. I mean, in that case, he's tearing it and slicing it at the same time, right? Kind of. He doesn't really have a choice, does he? Okay, so if you need... Here's a good argument for the scissors. I tore and it just doesn't... It's now a little sauce purse. Okay, so I will give in, take the scissors, just because this looks to be not the neatest thing. Alright, inside here, this smells amazing. This sauce in here, this is where all the actual kimchi is. It's a nice bright red. I can smell that there's a bit of a kick to it, a bit of heat. And maybe I can show you this. without really spilling it. That looks pretty good. All right, let's dump it in there. They could have saved a little bit of print. It just says dump contents of all pouches into pot and heat it up, but they didn't, and that's okay. All right, so they didn't specify the heat, but typically when I'm heating up soups, I usually go with a medium-high heat. So let me set that now and give that a minute to start heating up, and then I will start to stir it as I go. They didn't say to stir it, but gosh, I mean, if you're looking at it, that looks like it's begging. It's begging me. It's begging me to stir it. All right, so I heated it up in 5 minutes. Ready to put it into the bowl here. So this is what Bibigo is saying is 2 servings. I suppose if your last name is Starr, then it's just 1 almost full bowl servings. The aroma is great. You smell that tomato base in there. Nice tomato base. Honestly, this soup smells better than the kimchi that I usually eat straight. I have kimchi quite a bit. Kimchi is a bit of an acquired taste for some people, but you get yourself used to it. There's lots of good benefits to it, particularly for your gut. The thing about kimchi is that, like most foods with probiotics, is that once you get to cooking it, you kind of lose those cultures. They kind of die in heat. This is not something you're going to eat thinking you're going to get the maximum benefits of the probiotics. There's probably little to none here, but that's okay. I'm literally salivating right now, trying not to drool in front of you guys. Smells great. It's nice and steamy and hot. Just to give you an idea, here's kind of give you. There it is, the kimchi and the soup. Obviously, as it's heated, it loosened up because you had the thick sauce mixed with that looser broth. It smells so amazing. Like better than any tomato soup you could have on a day like today. And let's take a look at, 1 second here. Let's get my chopsticks. Let's see what the tofu looks like. I told you, there's only 3 pieces, but they're large pieces. There you go. There's your tofu. Okay, nice, spongy. Looks like it's picking up a decent amount of the sauce. It may seem rather firm from the way I'm holding it, but actually, this took a couple of attempts to pick up because, see this little break here in the tofu? That's for me trying to pick it up. It was starting to collapse under its own weight because it's actually pretty tender. I'm just gonna put that back in there and just kind of swish it around, mix it around, stuff here. Let's get our first taste test, huh? All right, so I told you the aroma looks good. It's nice and hot. I want to try just some of the broth by itself, all right? Let's try some of that. Ooh. Like the song said at Beverly Hills Cop, I don't remember if it was 1 or 2, the heat is on! Oh yeah. This is definitely spicy. Wow. Oh yeah. Bibigo promised spicy. It did not disappoint. Wow. Let's say I gotta take a little sip here. Okay. Not for beginner spice lovers or those who can't handle the heat. Wow. I'm still feeling that burn. But the flavor, nice umami flavor, not overly salty, which is pretty impressive considering that it's kimchi. Kimchi tends to be a bit on the salty side. This is not too bad. Oh, wow, that's hot. That is spicy. Holy mackerel. Let's try some here with some kimchi in a spoon. Okay. Kimchi still has a bit of that crunch. A little crunch, but super tender though. Like you would expect from these type of vegetables inside of a soup. Let's try a piece of the tofu. Try it with the soup. This might be the first time I've ever said this in my life, but that tofu kind of kicks ass. That's pretty good. Get a little bit more here. I told you it's been growing on me. If you'd have told me as a kid that I'd grow up, start to like tofu, I would have told you were crazy. You try another spoon here. Got some tofu, got some kimchi, got the broth, or as they say in the package, the sauce. That is good. My sinuses are getting a double assault. One is from the steamy broth, of course, because it's hot and it's hot liquids. And of course, you got the spice factor. It is rather spicy, though not as brutal as the ramen I had in the other video. Not as spicy as that, but pretty good amount of heat. As I mentioned in my ghost pepper chicken nuggets video, I have been working on building up my heat tolerance. It's a damn good thing because this would have been impossible, but there is so much flavor packed in here. This isn't just a bowl of heat. There's a lot of flavor here. This is a really good soup. I mean, really flavorful, nice umami flavor, crunch from the kimchi. Very comforting. Picture yourself as a kid, having played out in the snow for an hour and a half. You come in, your mom gave you some hot soup. Remember how comforting that was? I'm getting that level of comfort from here, and I didn't even go out in the snow. That tofu really brings it home. There's something about it. Besides that, it adds a bit of a balance to everything else, that sponginess. It takes in enough of the broth where the tofu has its own flavor, but it helps balance out the spice a bit, so that's good. This is excellent. This is really, really excellent. But it needs something. Not to add in, it's just salty enough. I definitely don't want to add any soy sauce to it, but I know something that'll pair really well with this soup. Remember our friend, the Korean scallion pancake? Yeah, baby. This is from one of the earlier videos in this series. I think I should try heating up a couple of these and having it with the soup. That sounds like a great lunch, doesn't it? I've already preheated my oven. Let me get this started. Got my scallion pancakes, smelling delicious, nice golden brown. I'm not gonna review it, I've already reviewed it, you already know all about it. And I'll be honest, in the 8 minutes it took me to heat this up, I just kept picking at the soup. Despite the attack of the heat on the back of my throat, I couldn't stop myself from eating because this is so damn tasty. I'm lucky there's any soup left to pair with this. So I'm gonna take a bite of the pancake by itself. Very much up to par from the last time we've had that together. And it's still pretty hot, just came out of the oven, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of dip this a bit in my kimchi stew here and take a bite. Yes, yes. This is exactly what I needed for this lunch. This is actually better than what I pictured up here. Wow, wow. Let's do this. Bit of soup with kimchi. Chase that with this guy. It's really good as a chaser. But honestly, it's a lot better dipped. Let's go ahead and dip this bad boy in here. Get a nice amount on here, alright? Yes, yes, yes. A lot of it's dropping into the soup because of how flaky it is. Yes, it's very flaky. How flaky, you might ask? Let's just say if you make plans with this pancake, expect it to either show up late or not at all. That's how flaky it is. Alright guys, that's it for my mini-series on the green market foods that I bought. I hope you enjoyed all of it. I know it's not my typical Mediterranean fare, but I did tell you that there was a focus on Mediterranean, but I'm not going to stop there. Basically, if I like it, if I like to eat it, and I think it's worth sharing with you, then I'm going to film it. Hope you enjoyed this little Asian cuisine adventure with me. I sure have enjoyed it, and I will continue to enjoy it because after this video is over, I'm going to finish eating all of this. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, stalk. Laters. That is so delicious. My goodness. Best idea I've had all week. Bye.